There was a house in our area that was known for having really cool murals inside done by the previous tenant. Outside was pretty tame. She has a pre-built facade to make the house look like a cottage. Inside, all hand-done murals of Disney movies and fairy tales. The lady was an art teacher when she was younger, and later she started one of those paint-with-wine type business, which she did well before fully retiring to just doing paint commissions and furniture decorating. She's always been nice to everyone, even when I've been an ass to her when she complained about the truck being loud or speeding. We worked that out and been friends since. She had an agreement with the original landlord about the art since it wasn't outside. It wasn't going to be a problem. She's been living in that house since the mid-80s, with promises of getting the house in time. Unfortunately, he passed before anything was signed and legitimized, and his kids took over. One of the sons visited the house to inspect it with his daughter, and apparently they fell in love and wanted the art house for his daughter. My neighbor didn't have a lease, which made the fight harder, and they used the art on the walls as an excuse to kick her out. She was devastated, but she was able to buy a property that fits her needs at the last minute in another state that had a full art studio area on the first floor. She originally wanted to leave the house as is, without the cottage-looking front, but my friend offered to restore the house to Rebecca standards, for free since he needed to figure out how to use powered paint sprayers. He also had a friend that did landscaping to help her wire the front of the house. She agreed, and we moved all her furniture out to storage units, and my friend let her stay in his guest house free of charge if she did a mural on the living room wall. She had the house cleaned out in a week. On the second week, they buffed all the walls with sanders. All the murals from the front to back were gone. It just looked like blotches of colors. My friend, being the ever-diligent painter that he is, masked anything that wasn't paint and sprayed Kills primer everywhere with his new toy sprayer. This thing was pretty badass. You can spray a whole wall in 4 passes. After the paint dried, he used his Rebecca collection of colors to essentially kill the character of the house. Rebecca condition is what we call flipper houses. It's always the same fucking colors, white with grays all over the house, and the shitty dark tone pergo flooring. The floors were tile, so he left it alone, but the walls were white semi-gloss. The wood paneling walls, trim, switch covers, outlet covers, counters and cabinets were sprayed in the most depressing shade of gray. The house looked dead inside when I went in to check it out. It was weird not seeing all the murals. The front of the house was the last project she agreed to give his landscaping friend the bushes, in exchange for the labor of removing the cottage facade without breaking it. The landscaper basically ripped everything out and just dumped gravel and sand with a boulder for decoration. This weekend, I went to fix some problems at an old neighbor's house and noticed the house was still empty and asked the neighbor if had seen anyone move in. He said earlier in the week there was some U-Hauls there, but none of them were unloaded, and that was the last time they remember seeing anyone there. Bet that daughter was in for a surprise when she saw the house get turned into a basic hellhole. Top comment reads, "This is the way to do it. Kick me out? My art goes with me. Enjoy the blank walls." Another said, "A basic house for a basic bee." Someone replied, "Satisfying story, satisfying comment." One remarked, "Sad story, but good lesson for anyone. Get your papers in order, you never know what happens and what see you next Tuesday will take over." What do you think of this petty revenge story? Comment below. Thanks for watching.